Hey YouTube, what's up? Scarecrow here. I'm here today to do a deck profile for you guys on my Dimension Police now that the set is out. So, we'll get started. Obviously, we have our starting Vanguard like every other deck. And then for the triggers, I play 6 crit and 6 draw and 4 heal. I prefer to play 6 crit, 6 draw over 8 crit, 4 draw, because your Vanguards typically have crits. Yeah, having more crits could be more dangerous, but usually your Vanguard having crits enough to make your point worth anyways. And the extra draw power helps you draw into your Great Dayushas, which is like the backbone of this deck, if we're honest. Like, that card is why this deck is good. So being able to draw into it is a good thing. Alright, so for our grade 1s, we got our 4 Die Brave. Really good card. Even early game, you can just call her, boost, move to soul on hit, and draw. It's a good card. And the second skill is good late game to help boost up your Vanguard and hit the big numbers for your effects to go off. Then we got 4 Die Mariner. This card is very scary. When you drop this card on a turn where you're like on a Dayusha, and then you're gonna go into an ultimate Dayusha, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the opponent that turn. Very scary. I play 4 of it just to make sure like I can easily like draw into it and be ready to go off on them. And then playing 3 Commander Laurel. This card is pretty cool. It can be like crazy, like depending on like the situation where your opponent can't do anything about it. You can even, like, if it's possible, if you have enough cards, like do him more than once in the turn by using multiples. But it's a good card. He is a 6k though. That usually doesn't matter because usually the only thing that's going down in this deck is like the Vanguard's attack, and the Rearguards are secondary, and that's even if they're even boosted. But I would play 3 so you can see him pretty consistently, but I wouldn't max him out at 4. And our last grade 1 spot, I'm playing 2 Die Tiger. He's a good booster as an 8k, and his effect on hit skill is okay. I don't use it a ton. It's definitely not as good as Die Brave, but it's still pretty decent, especially early game against certain decks. Onto the grade 2s. For starters, we got our 4 Cosmobeak. It's a good card. Busts himself and the Vanguard for Counterblast 1. It's a good card. Then we got our 4 Die Dragon. Very good card. Being able to buff the Vanguard, and then this thing is just like a 20. This is a very good card. Your opponent will want to kill it a lot. And then my last grade 2 is I'm playing 2 Mad Scepter X. He's just like your 10k shield, 10k attacker. I don't play like Cutie or Mask Police over this card because, like, I usually have enough going on powering up the Vanguard, and this deck is very Vanguard oriented. Sometimes I just want like more shield so I don't die, and that's where I like him. Even if I have to do something like rest him to use like Commander Laurel or the Vanguard's or Dayusha skill to buff, I can still like just rest him, but still have the benefit that he's a 10k intercept, so that's why I'm playing him. And then for the grade 3s, we got our 4 Dayusha, and this card is pretty good. It's like the deck runs much smoother if you can start riding this. If you don't ride this, it'll be a lot harder, but it's a good card. Gets a crit very easily, can rest rear guards for like a very cheap cost to boost itself. It's a good card. Against Cargo, this card is really helpful because it's very easy to like just have this guy out there with like little to no rear guards and just have this guy swing with the threat of a crit all the time at Cargo. So it's good. You don't have to commit much, and it puts fear into the Cairo player. And then we got our 4 Great Dayusha, like the backbone of this deck. To be completely honest, if you're not using this card, you're probably not winning. But this card is super duper good. This card can just flat out, like, games where you should actually just lose, you drive check this card and win the game because you drive check it. It's like crazy good. That's why we have like extra draw power and stuff in the deck, just so we can get into it and do it like at least once, if not multiple times a game. And then my last card in the deck is I play 2 Silbard. This card is pretty cool. He doesn't have a Force Gift. You don't want to ride him. But if your Vanguard's power is at least 30 or greater, aka like all the time once you hit grade 3, this guy has +5 and a crit on the rear guard. So he's an 18k crit. And like if you have this guy on rear guard the turn that you do like a Great Dayusa play, this card becomes like very scary. That's why I'm playing 2 of it, just because it's super threatening. Like to be able to like have Dayusha swing with his crit, go into the Great Dayusha, buff up your field, Vanguard swings, and this guy's coming at them, and he's been buffed multiple times. Like it's very scary, very good card. So that is it for the deck. This deck is pretty good. It's done very well in Japan. It will do very well here. It's a very fun deck to play, also, to be honest. You'll make people mad a lot. You'll just drive check this card when you were supposed to lose because you drove check this card and like raging form them. You win the game. It's very good. See you later.